Hello?
Former NBA star Lorenzen Wright was gunned down by the rapid-fire bullets of at least 2 weapons. The case was far from a slam dunk. 5 years later, it was still steeped in mystery. Lorenzen's ex-wife Shira had plowed through $1 million-plus insurance payout, then published a novel filled with jealousy, violence, and vengeance that she claimed paralleled her own life.
I said, this seems to be about you and Lorenzen, and she said, it is. She told me 99.9% of the book is real.
A history of violence.
Yeah, it says she was beaten at times, so somebody who clearly has, some issues, perhaps of, revenge and bitterness toward this basketball guy who was Lorenzen.
If one reads between the lines, a motive for murder may be gleaned from these pages. But in an interview recorded at a local restaurant, Shira insisted she wasn't feeling any heat.
They didn't have any real suspects, if you want to quote that.
So you asked the police that?
I did, and they just said that the list was long and wide.
Enter Wendy Wilson, Lorenzen's longtime personal assistant, who witnessed Shira's rage in the years leading up to the ballplayer's murder.
If she didn't get in touch with him, it was automatically, I think she began to be mistrustful. And then from that to the anger, and eventually to, if I ever caught him with anyone else, I'm gonna him up. And she said a couple times, I'll kill him, I'll kill him.
Wendy actually recorded Shira's threats, played them for Lorenzen, and also gave a copy to police.
I just wanted to make certain that I documented it, just in case.
After Lorenzen's murder, Wendy reminded Memphis police of those rapidly relevant threats. And neighbors even reported seeing Shira burning items in the backyard of her home just after the murder. It was a blistering July. There's no doubt Shira Wright's status was now straddling the line between person of interest and full-blown suspect. Still, 2 more years would pass with no one in cuffs. And then it came, a break at the bottom of a lake. FBI divers searched for 5 days in a row without tipping off neighbors.
We were told it was a diving training exercise.
The covert mission proved to be more than fruitful.
Authorities located the murder weapon in a lake near Walnut, Mississippi.
The gun was traced back to one Billy Ray Turner, a man with an eye-raising connection to Shira Wright.
He was a deacon in her church, where she was a minister. He also had a landscaping business and mowed her lawn. Were they intimate? Was there some affair?
I mean, it doesn't seem that far-fetched to think that that played into this.
Police won't say who tipped them off or how they connected the gun to Turner, but it was enough to move and move quickly. Surveillance tape from our Memphis affiliate, WMC, shows the exact moment cops nabbed Turner at a convenience store.
This morning, the Shelby County Grand Jury indicted Billy R. Turner for the premeditated first-degree murder of Lorenzen Wright.
The alleged killer was met with the anguished screams of Lorenzen Wright's mother in a Memphis courtroom.
How could you have murdered my son?
I understand the pain. Ms. Wright, please be respectful of the courtroom.
And guess who's next to face the judge in the wrath of a devastated parent? Shira Wright was arrested in Riverside, California, where she made her first court appearance. She was confined to a wheelchair for reasons unknown.
At this time, do you waive extradition to the state of Tennessee?
Since Lorenzen's death, Shira Wright had married and divorced a police officer and was now on her 3rd husband, a California record producer. I was seated right behind Shira Wright as she was read the charges.
Ms. Wright, you've been indicted by the grand jury, charged in a 3-count indictment.
Evil, evil, evil. Just the wicked witch of the South.
Note the criminal charges. First-degree murder.
First-degree murder carries 1.
Conspiracy to commit first-degree murder.
They carry anywhere from 15 to 60 years in prison.
And interestingly, criminal attempt first-degree murder.
Do you understand what you're charged with in this case, ma'am?
Police believe Shira had tried to kill her husband several times before and had finally succeeded.
Do you think police are thinking Shira and Billy Turner, both charged, were both gripping a gun and shooting at him?
I think they place her at the scene in the indictment.
But keep in mind, court documents refer to an unindicted co-conspirator.
Are you expecting charges against anyone else?
Can't comment on that.
Could that unindicted third party be the snitch? You can't pry that answer out of cops right now.
I will say this now and probably several times. This is a pending indictment. This is an ongoing investigation.
An investigation with a poignant name.
So Operation Rebound was what we thought was the perfect title for this case. Because in basketball, when you get a rebound, that gives you a second chance. That gives you another chance to score the basket. That gives you an opportunity to win the case.
Offer the court to plead not guilty.
Both defendants maintain they're innocent and await trial behind bars. Lorenzen's childhood pal ponders the last 7 years of hurt and loss, 7 long years of living with an open wound, and it's still far from over.
And what does justice look like for you?
For me, it won't do anything because it can't bring him back. You know, I lost my friend, so I'd rather have him back than any of this.
If Shira is convicted, Wright's mother says she plans to fight for custody of her son's children. 4 of them are still under the age of 18. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.